Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report. Well, we have an interview with Brandkey's president, Robert Passikoff, who in 2015 did research that showed him that you should not be surprised by the phenomenon that has become Donald Trump, GOP presidential presumed nominee. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Q-Oasis, a self-service marketing research solution for market research professionals. The new and only platform that is delivering industrial strength, easy to use, unrestricted survey building blocks at no charge to customers. And it is powered by the 22-year industry expert Socratic Technologies. Last year, Brandkey's founder and president Robert Passikoff decided to conduct an emotional engagement research project about Donald Trump. Why? Because he was the only non-politician in the GOP field. He had just thrown in his hat to the ring for the Republican presidential nomination. This week, Robert Passikoff blogged, "Who is surprised about Donald Trump?" By the way, we've created a link for that. It's in today's video. In it, he explains that the study shows Trump to be a more than viable prospect for the GOP nomination. Again, this was done last June. Passikoff wrote, quote, "Real emotional engagement is predictive. It tells you what consumers, in this case voters, were going to do, and they did." Passikoff got our attention with the blog, and we believe that he will attract yours too with this interview that we just completed this week.
Sure. We wanted to know if a human brand could become a presidential brand. We talked to 1,800 registered Republicans. We used our emotional engagement metrics that usually correlate very highly with positive behavior toward a brand. And we measured Trump, and against the ideal Republican president, he came out rated 84%.
And this was run last year.
Right after he announced, so that would have been the end of June.
So right after he hired everybody to go over to his building and go Trump, Trump, Trump.
Hey, listen, yeah, I guess. The minute he formally declared, we went out to see what Republicans thought.
As a market researcher and somebody who looks at this sort of stuff and branding and equity and all that for a very long time, did that surprise you?
Well, yeah, a little bit. I wasn't really sure how much Trump could move from one category, like the presidential candidate, you know, from all the stuff that he had been doing. I mean, we know that if you put Trump's name on stuff, the value, the perceived value goes up upwards of 35% in some cases. The guy is, whatever you think of him, as a human brand, this guy is a brand par excellence. He does exactly what brands are supposed to do, create value for the product or service.
If you were to study him now, I think that the way he's perceived, because of what we've seen of his behavior on the campaign trail, that it might be slightly different. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I think that he probably gained a lot of strength in certain areas, maybe lost a little in some others, but it's a settling out. I don't think that he'd be disappointed in the results.
Is there any other individual that you've ever done this kind of work against to see what the impression was?
You know, we used to track from the very beginning Martha Stewart. And that we put the case study in our book, Predicting Market Success, because after the brand imploded, after she had to go to jail, we were curious as to see what the effects would be. I mean, and ultimately they showed up as negative effects in the marketplace, coming back as a weakened brand. Mm-hmm. But what I'd be more interested in is seeing if Trump runs and loses, what happens with the strength of the human brand after that. We've talked about the fact that brands generally have been looking to engage via entertainment, and I think the past 9 months have been the most entertaining in political history. To be clear, we only looked at Trump because at the time there were 17 Republican candidates, all of whom, well, most of whom were professional politicians, particularly the ones that were thought to have a real opportunity of making it to the presidential race. Mm-hmm. We were interested in Trump in particular because he wasn't a politician. And I think that it was reflecting a lot of the consumer values in the marketplace, that they've gotten tired of the same old, and are looking for a new model for themselves.
So looking today at what you did months ago, you're not at all surprised by the strength that he has shown.
Not at all. He's only gotten stronger on all of the presidential drivers that we measure, the four that we measure. And when you think about it, details weren't really as important up till now. I mean, it may shift when he has to go into a debate, but in terms of how pleased people are with this guy, you don't see brands this strong in the marketplace in any of the categories.
But you've also seen, he keeps talking about having collected more votes than any other Republican in primary history. He's also got more votes against him than any other Republican that's ever run before.
That's true, and the negatives of the thing that show up when you now pair two brands against one another. On just looking at how well and how strong he is on certain values, I mean, he's doing pretty well. But when he has to go up against Hillary, and I say that not because not for any preference. We just completed the same kind of study that we had done for Trump, for Hillary and for Bernie Sanders, to see how they were doing. And on an overall basis, I mean, she's doing significantly better. I mean, one of the places that we looked at and were surprised is the driver of action. You're going to get this stuff done. Even though people seem to like Bernie, he rates very low on their belief that anything that he brings to the party is actually going to get passed. Our thanks to Robert Passikoff, with whom we hope to have follow-up conversations about emotional engagement between Trump and presumably Hillary Clinton, or maybe Bernie Sanders. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Q-Oasis, a self-service marketing research solution for market research professionals. It is the only platform that delivers industrial-strength, easy-to-use, unrestricted survey building blocks for free. And it's powered by the 22-year industry expert Socratic Technologies. As I've said several times recently, Q-Oasis is a significant step up in do-it-yourself work. You could consider it in a lot of different ways. For instance, a lower-cost professional system that can fit nicely with your tactical surveys that are on the dashboard. Q-Oasis is also a state-of-the-art product. It automatically will optimize your survey for desktop, tablet, or mobile devices, and that's more and more important these days. It supports complex logic control. It seamlessly integrates and immediately accesses dashboard quality results. It also offers gamification if you'd like to put it in. Drag and drop, another option that you can put into your survey. And if analytics are your game, and it is more and more for a lot of researchers, Socratic Technology is there to help you do that as well.
The URL on the screen to my right takes you to the master source for Q-Oasis information. Take a look. I think you'll find it interesting. We hope you have a great research day and that the rest of this week goes well for you professionally. Please enjoy the upcoming weekend, and we will look forward to seeing you back here with us on Monday.